separated Trinidad and Tobago from St. Vincent and the Grenadines on the first day of the Digicel qualifying series. TNT saw St. Vincent equalize twice before moving on to a 6-2 win with Ramjohn scoring a hat-trick. This is the coveted trophy the Caribbean teams are going after. It was St. Vincent and the Grenadines with the first chance. A Chandel Samuel shot stopped by Jean-Michael Williams. But seconds after the giveaway from St. Vincent and the Grenadines, and Ramjohn capitalized 1-0. TNT's defense had its problems. Chandel Samuel here making it 1-1. But in the 35th, Josling put TNT ahead once more. The defense force striker with a low creeper from just outside the box. However, on the stroke of halftime, Cornelius Stewart had TNT's defense on the back foot. A well-taken strike from Stewart, and the game was all square 2 at halftime. Second half substitute Kerry Batiste was on spot here in the 57th to turn in a Lester Peltier cross. Trinidad and Tobago back in front. And this time there would be no St. Vincent comeback. Josling with a cracking shot, his hat-trick goal, 4-2. 67th minute from the free kick, the initial save by goalkeeper Sandy, and the Batiste on spot to tap in the rebound, TNT leading 5-2. Houghton Hector scored in the dying seconds to round out a 6-2 win for Trinidad and Tobago. 4 goals from the Soca Warriors in the second half. Note the improvements advised from senior head coach Russell Latapi after that win over St. Vincent and the Grenadines in their Digicel Cup qualifying opener. Latapi expressed some concerns, however, about TNT's defense. More from Jassy Marique.
Sometimes when you lose, it's a good thing. It helps us to concentrate better, which we didn't, in the second half. And hopefully we could, it's a carry over. What I explained to them, we still have 2 games remaining. I mean, if we can, compete against Trinidad so closely, especially in the first half, I think, we were able to do well with our 2 remaining games.
But TNT head coach Russell Latapi gave the Vincentians much less credit than Carrington claimed. He put TNT's poor first half showing down to lapses in concentration by his inexperienced backline.
There was a lot of young players who, were playing in front of the home fans for the first time in a long while, and maybe they were a bit nervous, and we had a few defensive lapses in the first half, and we were able to rectify that in the second half, and we moved the ball a bit better, our passing was a bit better, our movement was a bit better.
The magician, who has been mandated to steer TNT out of this group and all the way to the Caribbean Cup title, is looking forward to clashes with the much more disciplined Guyanese and Haitians with fervor.
They look like 2 very organized teams. It would be interesting coming up against them. We played Guyana not too long ago over there, and we got a draw. I don't want to give too much away, but the reality is we're playing at home, and we try to play attacking football as best as we can and score goals and entertain the fans, and I think that's what we'll try to do on Thursday and on Saturday as well.
Reporting for CNC3 Sports, I am Jassy Marique.
Meanwhile, last night's hat-trick hero Ramjohn has dedicated his goals to longtime friend and Defence Force comrade Kevon Carter. Injured Defence Force swinger Carter would more than likely have played among the starters in TNT's lineup last evening had it not been for his broken leg sustained recently. Josling said, quote, "I said before that each time I score a goal for Trinidad and Tobago in this tournament that it would be for Kevon because I know he would have been playing had it not been for the injury, and he got 3 tonight. I think it puts a smile on his face because he was in the dressing room for us. Hopefully it will help him mentally in his recovery as well." And in the first game yesterday, it was a goalless draw between Guyana and Haiti. Early on, a clear chance fell to the head of Elfin Cadet at the back post for Haiti. He managed to climb highest, headed the ball downward, only for the ball to bounce off the ground and over the bar. On the half-hour mark, Sonny Nord from Haiti broke down the left wing, cut inside his right foot curling effort that was heading for the top corner, but goalkeeper Williams was there to keep it out. Not too long after, Guyana responded. Millington from Guyana beat the offside trap. He stayed too long on the ball, however, and it enabled the Haitian central defense to get back. The second half followed a similar pattern to the first, although on 67 minutes, Guyana, they were reduced to 67 men. Dwight Peters got sent off for his second bookable offense. Excuse me. The final 5 minutes of the match saw a great chance fall to both teams. First, Haiti had a headed opportunity saved from point-blank range. Williams, the goalkeeper for Guyana. And then within seconds, Guyana, they were moving forward. Dwayne Jacobs should have hit the target when put through, but he shot wide. Goalless it ended. CNC3 will be airing that game later this evening from about 11:30 as that match was played yesterday.